But what's going on, guys? I might have been a little bit premature on that little live thing. I'm pretty sure I'm live right now. It's always that few seconds. But for those of you watching this on replay, you are amazing. You are special, and I really, really appreciate it. Also, if you're watching this later on and you're doing that because you don't have notifications on, I don't know what you're doing. What's up, Javon? What's up, Miles? Of course I remember you. Alex, what's going on? Pickle Panther. I remember that name. I remember the first time I read Pickle Panther. I'm like, Pickle Panther. What's up, N9? Oh, man. So, what is going on, everybody? I feel like y'all all joined super quick. So, Daddy Ward. That was a long time ago. What's up, Luke? And this crappy day just got awesome. Luke, I hope you have a better day. Just want to give you the best shout out ever for being the best guy ever. Can't wait to ever meet you in real life, Luke. That would be awesome. And if you, like I said, if you're ever driving by Charlotte area, let me know. Do you think Mrs. Ward is a good English teacher? Yes. As in my mother? Yes, I do. She is a great English teacher. Right. Oh, it skipped down to the bottom. How's it going? Savage Patch Matt, I'm doing good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a very quick live stream as far as like a Q&A style goes. And then what we're going to do after that is I'm going to jump over and play some Call of Duty because, you know, I've been wanting to play, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you guys want to kind of jump over into the Call of Duty stream, I will still be kind of like talking with you guys, but I'm obviously going to be playing a game. But for right now, you guys can ask me whatever in the chat thing, and I will get back to you guys. So, how long is ROTC for a person who is enlisted going to officer? So ROTC, I do have a video series kind of like how to be an officer, and a lot of that I basically just cover ROTC, and then I'll talk about OCS, and then or I talk about green to gold, and I talk about ROTC. OCS is kind of like a little bit different, but for ROTC, if you are prior enlisted, which means you've been to basic training and AIT, then that means that you don't have to do the first 2 years of ROTC. You can skip that if you only have 2 years left of school. So ROTC, if you're prior enlisted, is only 2 years, but if you're like myself, I did 3 years of ROTC because whenever I joined into ROTC, what happens is when you take ROTC classes, that's like on top of your normal classes, so it extended my graduation out. But if you are prior enlisted, it only is technically 2 years, or at least you only have to do 2 years. You could do more if you want to. That's also a thing. If you guys like join the Army Reserves or Guard or something after high school, if you don't want to take ROTC like that first year of college, you don't really have to. I see that Fort Benning pick on the ground. Yeah, so that is my platoon picture thing. And that, it fell off of the wall. So I need to put it up on a more secure thing on the wall, so it is on the ground for now. This is my commissioning thing right over here that says I'm a second lieutenant. I need to just figure out where I'm going to put that because I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. Do you think I should do ROTC before joining? If you're talking about college ROTC, you know, it depends. If you already want to join, then you can join. It's like I've talked about how ROTC, like it may or may not help you at basic training, or it will help you at basic training, but it's not going to make or break you. That's what I meant to say. When did I enlist? I enlisted February the 13th of, I believe it was Friday the 13th too. February the 13th of 2015 was when I enlisted. What exactly is the OPAC? What does it matter? So the OPAC snowball nuts. Thanks for the $2 super chat. But the OPAC is a, I don't know. I mean, it's really not even that great of a test, honestly, in my opinion. It's supposed to measure your combat effectiveness or whatever, kind of. So that's the test that you take. And it will judge you on what tier of the Army's MOSs you can fall into. So the heavy tier, the heavy class, which would be like, you know, infantry soldiers, those are going to be the guys who are really active and stuff. So obviously they have to be the most physically fit soldiers. and then you have mid-tier kind of MOSs that, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know what would be in the mid-tier, maybe like a medical MOS. I don't know if combat medic, maybe that falls into the higher tier or the mid-tier, I'm not sure. Maybe like a mechanic kind of thing is in that mid-tier. And then you have like the technology MOSs, or maybe like a cook, or maybe like a truck driver or something, I'm not sure. That would be in the lower tier, that don't have to be necessarily as physically fit as the infantry soldier. And then the OPAC is a test that you take that shows what you qualify for, and then all you really do in the OPAC, I mean, the hardest thing on the OPAC is the beep test, which the beep test, and this is the only thing I'm going to talk about because this is literally the only event that's difficult, because you can't really prepare for anything else. So the beep test is you'll have these two cones. I think they're supposed to be 40 meters or 40 feet apart. I'm pretty sure it's 40 feet. It's not really that far. 40 meters is definitely farther. But you have these two cones or whatever, and you run back and forth, and there's a beep, and you have to get to the other end before it beeps. And then, you know, if you make it there in enough time, you might be able to rest for like 2 seconds, and then you have like 8 seconds to get back across, and then it'll beep. And then you keep doing that, and the beeps keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter, which means that you have to be running back and forth faster and faster, and you have less rest time in between. So let's say it starts with like you have 10 seconds to run 40 feet, then you have 9 seconds, then you have 8 seconds, then you have whatever. So that's what that is. And you really don't need to worry about it. People like you guys, you don't need to worry about the OPAC. That beep test is the only, like literally the only thing that's difficult, because it is going to push you. You are going to get tired if you push yourself. And then the best way to get ready for that, you could be doing like 30 60s. I think 30 60s would be the best way to prepare for that. So it's Mitch. Should I be worried about basic? Super anxious. It's okay to be anxious for basic training. You don't really need to be worried about it, right? So as long as you're, in my opinion, I mean, honest, like this is whatever, but like honestly, in my opinion, like if you're watching my videos and you kind of know what to expect, so if you've watched some of the videos on basic training, if you've watched my videos on like the only way to fail basic training, or all these different types of things, I really don't think you should be worried about it, because you're not going to encounter that much different stuff than what I've really talked about. Obviously certain things are going to be different because you're going to have drill sergeants, but for the most part you are going to know what to expect. So by watching, honestly, in my opinion, by watching some of my videos, I think it's going to give you a much better understanding. You don't need to be worried. Just make sure you're physically fit. Watch my video on the tips. Watch my videos on the first day of basic training. Watch my videos on the things you need to know before basic training. Watch my video on land nav. All these things, I've literally done this to help prepare you guys as much as possible before going to basic. Ann, what's up, Ann? When do you want to do the PCS video? I believe you were wanting to send me some stuff for that. Sending me all that information, because I definitely want the up-to-date info on your experiences and stuff. So you could email it to me and then send me a message on Hangouts whenever you email it to me, so I can know to check. Because like, when you guys, like, if you guys like go out and like Google stuff, it's not always really even correct. Like it's really not. Like I remember I was looking up some stuff the other day, and I'm just like, this is completely not right information. Because I remember, yeah, whatever I was looking up was not right. How did the gas chamber time during basic go? So I've got a video on the gas chamber. The gas chamber it sucks really bad. The feeling that you get sucks. You feel like you're dying. Like that's what it feels like. You feel like you're dying, and that sounds really at the end of the day. I don't know if I changed my description for this Xbox thing. I didn't. So in the description is my Xbox Live gamer tag. But yeah, like at the end of the day, the gas chamber is not as bad as it seems, because it doesn't really last that long, right? So you go into the gas chamber, you're burning on your neck and stuff, but you have your gas mask off or on. But when you take your gas mask off and you're choking and stuff, that's only like 15 to 30 seconds. So it's not that long of suffering. And then literally, like as soon as you get out of the door, like as soon as you walk through the door, for like you're like struggling for air, as soon as you walk out, you take literally like 1 or 2 breaths, and then it's like, okay, you can kind of breathe again. Yes, you're coughing and stuff, but you are fine. Travis Vlogs with the $10 super chat. Thank you, man. Thanks for oh gosh, the chat jumped down. I hate it when it does that. Sometimes I'll be reading the chat and it jumps down because if I leave it at the bottom, I can't read them all. Thanks for motivating me, man. Lost a total of 59 pounds since February. That is ridiculous. I'm 10 weeks into AIT, shaved 4 minutes off my run in 4 weeks. That is really good. And I can't wait to keep pushing. Keep up the great work, sir. Well, thank you, Travis. I really appreciate that. And you're 10 weeks into AIT, so you definitely got more of a longer one. So in my opinion, you know, like 8 to 12 weeks is like mid-tier. But if you're still that far in, man, that is awesome. But just seriously, 59 pounds. That's crazy. That is really good. Anyone going to Benning? Beep test is basically the pacer. So like the fitness. What are you guys saying? Carter Busby, yes, but no. Why'd you really want to? I'm not even gonna read that one. I don't really know anything about 68 Tango. Did you notice if National Guard folks who attended RSP were better prepared for boot camp? I wouldn't really say that it was really that noticeable at all. Like, it's like so not noticeable that you don't ever hear about it or notice it. Really, the thing that comes down to it, so like if you're going to RSP or anything, which is like the National Guard thing that you go to, like drills and stuff before, and they kind of get you ready. You know, it's really all on you. Like, how much you are prepared for basic training is really all on you. If you go to these things with the National Guard, if you're not doing your job of actually learning things and trying to get ready, then you're not going to be. So, how do you join ROTC? Watch my video on how to join ROTC. What made me want to join the military? I've kind of always wanted to join. What is a good score for the ASVAB? In my opinion, right? So in my opinion, if you get kind of like above a 60, then I think that's a good score. Reason being, obviously if you qualify, you know, if your recruiter, I believe like a 31 is the minimum for the ASVAB. And if you get like a 32, your recruiter's gonna be like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. But in all reality, like you only made it by like a point or two. And what it means is like, if you get a 32 on the ASVAB, that means you did better than 31% of people. So being in the top half, the top 50% or the top 40%, in my opinion, is better. So I think above 60% would be good. But as long as you qualify for your MOS, I feel like I'm getting lost in all of these freaking things. Let me scroll down and look at these super chats. Andrew Arvold, I cannot pronounce your last name, I am sorry. I have a Ranger contract and it says I go airborne first. My buddy just left AIT yesterday with the same contract and he sent a snap saying the sergeant said they're going to RAS first. Any idea why? So I have heard that. So that may be a thing. So even though it's in your contract, apparently, I don't know if you're saying that he went before or after. If you guys do not know, for those of you that don't know, an Option 40 contract is a Ranger contract. You're going to go into the 75th Ranger Regiment. It's not Ranger School. It is not Ranger School. And what generally has happened in the past and up until now, I think, is you go to basic training, you go to AIT or one station unit training, then you go to airborne school, then you go to RASP. And what I think is happening now is they are switching airborne school and RASP, and you go to RASP and then airborne school. The reason being, I think, is because a lot of people are going to airborne school and then like they're just like dropping right after pre-RASP or something. I'm not sure. I think it's just because of the amount of people that are just dropping in pre-RASP. I don't know. It could be something with the holding companies at pre-RASP, but I guess that was a really fuzzy answer. But I think it just has to do with the amount of people that drop RASP, and they're kind of just wanting to get that out of the way, I think, and then doing airborne school. So, yeah. Because if you fail out of RASP, or if you drop RASP, and then you go to airborne school, then you know you're just going to be airborne. But then it's like when you go to airborne school, and then you're going to RASP, they have to figure out all that paperwork and stuff like really quickly. Whereas if you go do RAS first and then do airborne school, then they have multiple weeks where they can figure all that out. Snowball, what's the ship out trip to MEPS like? Which time you go to MEPS? The day you leave. So I've got a video literally on the day you leave for basic training, and you can check that out. But the day you leave for basic, if you go to MEPS, then it's going to be like the normal MEPS thing again. You're going to go through the normal MEPS thing again. You're going to swear in again, and then after that, they're going to ship you off to basic. So let's see here. Got a 32 test to do tonight. What? I don't know anything about 15 Papa. Yes, I'm going to stream Black Ops 4. Now that there's a lot of people in here, so in a little bit I'm going to cut this part of the stream off, and then I'm going to go down for like 2 or 3 minutes as soon as it gives this thing a chance to like kind of reset, and then I'm going to load in Black Ops 4, and I'm going to play Black Ops 4 because it's new and I didn't really play much yesterday, so I want to play some and then live stream it for you guys, and I will also answer some questions during that. What are you guys saying? Do military police fight with infantry while deployed? I would say no, but I mean, I would say no. What did Luke say? Hey Matt, have you ever thought about attending any of your friends' graduations from basic or AIT? I've thought about it, yes, because Fort Jackson, which is like a huge basic training thing, is literally only like 2 hours from me. So I've thought about kind of just doing that. I don't know if you guys saw my vlog where I went to my brother's graduation from basic training, but in the matter of those 2 days of me just kind of like being with my brother, there was probably somewhere between 30 and 40 people that came up to me, which was literally insane. So like I could literally, and I could say literally again, but I could go to just like Fort Jackson and just like sit in the PX or whatever, and then just like several of you would come up to me. That would be really cool. But I've thought about it, don't know when or if I'm going to do it. What's up, Matt? Your videos really helped me out. I ship out Monday. Fort Leonard Wood, Louise Aville, however I say it, but that is awesome. That is awesome. So I'm desperate now. Do you know anything? What did you say? Please. I'm 14, trying to prepare for basic early. What should I start doing? I'm in 8th grade in middle school. Watch my video on getting ready for basic training when you're young. I mean, I've made a video on basically everything, guys. I'm just saying. On basically, well, not really literally everything. I still have a huge list of things to do, but I've made a video on a lot of things. Do you think it's easy to join civilian police from NP? Easy, these are all like terms that I can't say it's easy, but it's easy or it's hard. If you get in, then it's easy. If you don't get in, then it's hard. But it is definitely going to help you if you are an MP, military police, and then you try to go like civilian police officers. Anyone seen Matt's old videos? He looks so young. I don't know how old you're talking about, but I do have some old videos. Special Forces is a good idea if you want to do that. If you really want to do Special Forces, then yes. If there's a doubt in your mind that you don't want to do it, then I would say don't do it. What supplements do you recommend for post-workouts to recover the fastest? BCAAs, you also need to be taking creatine, and then you also should be doing protein. So you need to be having your protein, your creatine, and you also need to be having your BCAAs. And then, of course, BPN supplements. The link is in the description. So, anyways, any vlogs coming? That is a really good question. If I can ever get the courage to edit one, because I've got a really bad habit, and I think in the next vlog I kind of wanted to talk about it, but I've got a really bad habit of recording a vlog. Like, I have vlogged several times, and then not edited the video. And it's a problem because I have like this perfection thing, and I see all these other vloggers or whatever, and I record it, and I'm just like, that's crap, that's a terrible video, that's a stupid video. And then I literally will get my camera and I will vlog throughout the day, and then I will just be like, nah, that was terrible, and then I just won't do it. I need to get over that. That's a struggle that I have with perfectionism, and you know. So, are you from Canada? Please answer. No, I'm not from Canada. This is the United States flag right here. So anyways, yeah, that's a problem that I have. But I'm about to switch over. How are you not out of ideas for videos you've made so many? Luke, I have literally so many ideas. It's insane. I have a thing right here. I have other things that I want to do that I don't want to talk about because then it may be a little while before I do it. But the one thing I will say is the video that I've been wanting to make, I'm about to switch over the vlog to the gaming vlog, but the one thing that I've been wanting to make for forever is finally going to happen. I did this video back in like April or something where I talked about pre-RASP and RASP, and I'm going Tuesday to go over to Fort Bragg, and I'm going to finally do the video actually talking with somebody about RASP and pre-RASP and who's been through it twice, right? So that I'm really looking forward to doing. So we're gonna have a video coming out actually soon. You know, my plan is to go down there on Tuesday. But yes, do a PMCS video. Maybe one day once I get more comfortable with my unit. Not everybody at my unit knows that I'm a YouTuber, but some people do. Alright, so tips for gaining muscle mass. Yes, work out a crap ton. Push yourself to your absolute limit to where you're tearing the crap out of your muscles, and then eat a lot of protein. I have drill tomorrow and I can't sleep. Help me. Go take some like PM medicine pills or something. Anyways. What? What did Luke say? You guys talk too much, and then so how about this? I'm about to jump back on the stream in a little bit. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut down the stream, cut on my Xbox, come back on just like this. So give me 2 minutes. That's 4 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, and I'll be back in just a minute. But that is it for this quick 15-minute Q&A. Thank you guys for coming out. You guys are freaking amazing. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. That's it for the live stream, and then I'll be back in 2 minutes.